So I've been following what's going on Twitch recently, but I haven't made a video about it, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna watch this video by MorePegasus. The Twitch situation just got worse. Number 36. Number 36? Wait, is that a playlist? Yes, it is. It's actually like a series. What the fuck? Well, let's watch it.
Welcome back to the most villainous series on YouTube. In today's video, Twitch has apparently apologized to Tectone for banning him, but somehow continues being massive hypocrites. Asmongold has responded. Ludwig continues being a spineless jellyfish about anything involving Hassan. And yet another video on iDubbbz has just dropped. Already subscribe or you're stuck.
To be fair though, you don't have to take sides if you don't want to, it's fine.
Stuck in an elevator with 5 Twitch mods.
But then they don't talk about it.
Absolutely cooked, pal. Press the button. Okay, let's begin with Twitch getting exposed yet again. So quick recap if you missed the last episode. Basically, Tectone got banned on Twitch several times. One time was for calling Frogan gravitationally abundant after she said American veterans deserve PTSD.
Right.
U.S. military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
That was initially a 2-week ban, and he also got banned.
Here's the thing. I'm a European, so I'm not a military guy. I don't like the military. I wish we didn't need it. We do need it, but I wish we didn't. And when it comes to America, well, for their sakes, I wish they didn't put $1 trillion a year into it, because that's entirely, that's completely unnecessary, right? But at the same time, the people that go into the military, they might be risking their lives. And that is something to admire. So she has to be incredibly privileged to say something like this. She really is.
For calling Denims and Minx hoes after they called him a rapist, which was another 1-week ban.
That's highly
This is
unnecessary.
Denims
Oh my god.
calling me a sexual predator on Kick.
What? Jesus.
The reason Tectone can't sue me is because he did that shit.
All the while, Hassan and his cronies face no punishment. Hassan got a slap on the wrist, 1-day ban for supporting terrorists.
Not a 1-day ban. They banned him after he ended the stream, right? And then they unbanned him after his day off. It wasn't a ban, it was just publicity. Nothing else.
On his day off. So apparently Twitch has apologized now.
Twitch staff reached out to me. I got an apology. They said that we didn't understand the matter fully. And they asked me, is there anything we can do to make it up to you? And trust me, you will see what will happen.
You know, I'm sure there are a lot of people that are working for Twitch that hate the thing that you're seeing. They hate what direction they're going into. But some people in that company that have power are making those decisions that are impacting these streamers, the troublemakers. Why do they always have power? I don't know, man.
Very soon. Because I said, okay, if you'd like to make it up for me, then you can do this. I contact 40 of my moderators and I ask them to compile something for me. They compile it. I have a massive 4.5 gigabyte folder and I say, I would like you to do this.
What?
A massive 4.5 gigabyte folder.
4.5 gigabyte folder. What is that, like 20 minutes of video or?
And I say, I would like you to do this. They see it and they say, thank you for cooperating with us. We'll see what we can do.
Okay, that was like the most cryptic shit I've ever heard. I can't believe we're actually dealing with a streaming platform here. First off, what does that actually mean?
It means that he probably outed a lot of these streamers. Or not outed, he just gathered all of the info, all of the things that they've been saying through the years into one folder and proof of it, like real proof of it. And then he probably presented that to Twitch. Because apparently Twitch doesn't keep track on that.
We didn't understand the matter fully. I mean, it's a pretty simple matter, actually. You just don't enforce your rules fairly. How about you enforce them like it's written in the TOS and nobody would complain? We didn't understand the matter. Motherflipper's talking like they're a particle physicist. We didn't understand the matter. It is a fucking anti-gravity dark matter shit. Also, I don't know what they're trying to do with this little deal they're doing. Like, we'll make it up to you, man. Like, how?
Yeah.
You gonna suck his dick? What the?
Yeah, what is this? I'll make it up to you. How about just following the fucking rules? What the fuck? You don't have to go back and punish people. Just start now. Start following your own rules today. It's that simple. Nobody is asking Twitch to go back and punish people for something that they've done already. I don't think anyone's doing that, honestly.
The heck is even going on? I'm so curious to see what Tectone has compiled and sent to the Twitch staff. I actually asked him.
I'm pretty sure he's just compiled evidence of what these people have been saying throughout the years or throughout the months. And that's pretty much it, you know.
About it as well, and he said to wait and see, literally edging me, bro. I'm not Dan Clancy here, come on. Bro's out here holding the Chamber of Secrets. Here's my guess. I think he compiled every single time Hassan broke the rules and sent it to the Twitch staff.
And not just Hassan. I think he did that for a lot of them. A bunch of them. Or mainly Hassan, that fat chick, and then that skinny chick. Yeah.
Like maybe he sent 4 gigabytes of all of Hassan's like transgressions or whatever. Or he sent 4 gigabytes of gooning material to Dan Clancy, because we know there's only one thing that Dan loves more than Hassan, and that's hot girls, right?
Let's
so
go.
It all makes sense now. It is actually just a genius maneuver. Then Tectone talks about how Twitch actually wants to unban him. This might be post-nut clarity for Dan.
Can I get unbanned? They say, of course. Just submit an appeal.
Great.
So I submit.
That's gonna work. That's gonna work
an
out
appeal.
Great.
My appeal was then approved, but I did not get unbanned, and I got my appeal approved at 11:30 Friday, and they're not gonna unban me till Monday. Because their bans and unbans don't work on the weekends.
No. No, that's not true. That is not true, because Hassan has been banned and unbanned on his days off. His day off is like Saturday or Sunday, right? So that doesn't make any sense.
So I get to stay banned for 2 extra fucking days because these people don't know how to do their jobs.
Yeah, that is complete bullshit once again, because Hassan was literally banned on
There we
Saturday
go.
because he takes Sundays off.
Yeah.
So they obviously work on the weekends, and even if we didn't know this Hassan story, right, that obviously doesn't make sense if you think about it for more than 5 seconds. What if somebody streams on a Saturday and they streams themselves completely naked or committing a crime or something? Do they just not get banned because the banning team is on vacation? Of course not. Dan is watching every stream, remember? He needs to keep track of his goaning file.
There we go.
Also, what a completely stupid excuse. Twitch is once again lying out of their teeth. Now he talks about how completely horrible the banning system actually is. Apparently, it's a 3-tier system, so there's like 3 levels. They go to the talkers, to the moderators.
Yeah, that's what I said before. That's what I said from the beginning. They're not being hypocrites per se. It's just that there are so many people doing the same thing. So it's like one of them talks directly to the streamers, one of them goes through the appeals, and then another one goes and unbans or bans. It's ridiculous.
Something. Basically, you gotta go through like crazy hoops to even get anything done.
Yeah.
Do you need 3 separate teams to do the job of one compartmentalized team? You do not need the talkers to get them to submit an appeal, then you can't read the appeal. Because if you're already talking to them, that's when you make the judgment of when you're going to get appealed. And then if it's just, then you press unban. Why do we need a 3 separate tiered system to enact justice? Why
We don't.
is something that people's
It's just bullshit, man. It's like this everywhere here in Sweden. Everywhere. It's like you have to go through hoops to get things done, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
livelihoods not going to be taken into consideration and fixed because it's the fucking weekend. You can't just have it to where if the appeal gets approved, then they're automatically unbanned? How does anybody feel comfortable streaming to this website when the entire foundation is built off of what I would call as a compliment, mental retardation?
I mean, I gotta agree, bro. Twitch is filled with complete regards. And here's my theory about the 3-tier system on Twitch. So
Man.
basically, here's how it goes. The first tier
He's so filterless, man. I love it.
is the political team, right? So first they filter, okay, did the person committing the crime, or in this case the Twitch offense, have the same politics as me? Like, are they a terrorist supporting scumbag? If yes,
boy.
please do not ban them. Please override the ban, right? Or make it, on their day off. Now, if they criticize terrorist supporters, permaban instantly, unacceptable. Then we get to the second tier. This is the gooning team. Here they evaluate, is the person who committed the Twitch offense a woman with an OnlyFans? And it's a very simple rule. If you qualify, you're not banned. And if you're a man, you're automatically banned.
It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Ugh. The fuck is this, man? What is this gooner team? So fucking ridiculous. Who are these people managing Twitch? Who are they? Are they just a bunch of teenagers who can't seem to distinguish right from wrong and just do what they think is best for them, in their interest? Like, what is going on? It's ridiculous.
Banned. And then we move on to the third tier. This is the Dan Clancy tier, the gooning epidemic tier.
Oh, God.
If the person in question is an OnlyFans woman or an ASMR mommy or whatever the heck, you must cease, like you as a Twitch staffer, must cease all communications with them, because Dan will personally be taking over all chats and communications because he actually really
What?
cares about the platform.
Wait, does it really go that high up? That the CEO is managing them? No way. No fucking way. I don't believe it. There's no fucking way. So that's why it's corrupted. That's the problem. Oh my god. Jesus.
He really wants to handle this situation himself, and he will be personally messaging these creators. Anyways, that's my theory. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments.
What?
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Moving on to Tectone explaining why it's
That's
pretty harmful
disgusting.
to delay unbans even for a couple days.
I want to remind you guys, at a point, I was living paycheck to paycheck off of Twitch. Before that, well, I was homeless, right? But regardless, and broke.
The thing that people don't understand is that most content creators are people you will never see or hear about because they likely just have no viewers or very little viewers,
Right.
and they are in the process of trying to make a career, right? And when someone like them actually gets banned, they might actually lose out on their only bit of income, right? Maybe they were earning like 20
Right.
or 50 bucks that day, and now they can't afford groceries or something. And yes, there's another conversation about, oh, you shouldn't put in all your eggs in one basket. You should probably be having another job, whatever. But yeah, some people, I don't know, they're just trying to follow their dreams, you know?
Also, like, you can't expect the same thing from everyone. There are these people that don't have a job, they can't get a job, can't work, whatever. There are those people. And there are those people that are getting banned that don't get their paycheck that day or that month or whatever. And that is sad. You know, that is so sad that some banner who just bans someone, typically men, you know, just bans him for saying something that is just like completely okay to say. It's crazy.
And unlike the streamers and YouTubers who actually made it, they can't just take days off or brush off a ban. It's basically like a full-time job for them, and it can seriously affect their life. And a lot of people don't understand this because
sure.
the perception is skewed, right? Because every creator you ever see, like every creator you watch, is the top 1% of creators, or like top 5% max.
Exactly.
Anyways, then Tectone talks about his haters.
Dipshits online want to label me as a criminal. Are you guys noticing how in 2025, I'm getting bigger and bigger and bigger? So the lies that people tell about me have to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You want to know why that is? Because these people are horrified of people who tell the truth. Why the fuck you think they go on Asmongold so much?
Yeah, sure.
Because that's another and every single time I go live, every single time I get a new subscriber, it drives y'all fucking nuts. So suck my dick. You think I'm going anywhere? Yeah, fucking right.
Yeah, I mean, people love discrediting people who are just trying to speak the truth. Like, obviously, people like Hassan will throw out the term slop-tuber as if to, you know, just invalidate everything you ever say about him. But honestly, I think Twitch just made him way bigger by banning him. Obviously, he's doing the best he ever has. That's kind of what happens when you try to suppress someone, right? They just blow up.
No, they don't. No, they don't. That's why they try to suppress him, because usually when they suppress people, they have lower view counts and they just fucking die. Their entire, like, progress just dies out. That's why they do it, because they thought it would work on him, but he's just a little bit too big. But for most people that do get banned, you never hear about them, because they maybe have 100 views, they get banned for a week. When they come back the week after, they have like 50 views, and it takes them probably months to get back up. I'm not even kidding, it's crazy. So yes, they do it because it works. But not always.
Way more, and Twitch deserves all the hate. In fact, it needs more hate. But yeah, let's move on to Asmongold's reaction.
Bans and unbans don't work
Damn,
on the
that's 480p.
weekends.
They're lying.
Yeah, they are.
Either Twitch is lying to Tectone, and they do work on Saturdays, and are giving him the runaround, or that they scheduled his ban to be on his off day.
Yeah, that's the thing. If they scheduled Hassan's ban to be on his off day, then, you know, that's also not a good look. It's a really bad look.
Which one's worse?
Yeah, which
Is
one's
there
worse? Exactly,
anything
which
we
one's
can do
worse?
to make it up to you?
Crazy.
Now we're getting into some entertainment, boys. This is a system that is designed. This is a bureaucratic system. It's badly designed. You have three.
I'm sorry. I'm too Scandinavian for this, man. What is bureaucratic? I almost wrote that right. Holy shit, bureaucratic. Relating to a system of government in which most of the important decisions are taken by state officials rather than by elected representatives. I mean, yeah, but we don't get to decide who makes the decisions on Twitch. So of course it's bureaucratic. Of course. Just like any other company, right? Pretty much.
Teams to deal with the same problem? It's ridiculous. It's inefficient, yeah. With Twitch, you would be nothing but another big mouth snowflake crying for attention, and Dex, you would actually have to work for a living like the rest of us.
Hold up. Just because you made a name for yourself on a platform, that does not mean that you owe your life to that platform. All right? You don't owe them anything. Nothing. Twitch is not his friend. And if Twitch is having a problem and is badly affecting Asmongold or anyone else, you have all the right in the world to leave Twitch and say, I can't deal with this. You know, this is badly affecting me. I can't do this. You have all the rights in the world to do it. This is just a fucked up take, man. This is just a stupid take. Simply Steve 2012. Yeah, he's 12 years old.
Why haven't you got banned yet, you Mac a mockery of Twitch TOS? I can see why you're upset. 2012, huh?
Wait a minute. Account created April 1st.
Oh my god, why does he keep saying the same things that I do? Okay.
Bro was born a fool. Twitch is way too old-fashioned. Everything they do is miles behind what it should be. They're like Nintendo with 2006 graphics, right? Like, why do you have 3 teams for a ban? Why are you so bad at enforcing proper TOS? Why do you have 500 ads and still pay streamers like 50% sub money? Why can't you rewind for free? Why do you have no discoverability on your platform at all? Why are you so pathetic in every regard? I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens. I'm still curious as to what Tectone sent over to the Twitch staff. I've literally never heard of something like that happen before. I don't know why they're making a deal with him. I would think they hate his guts, but maybe.
It's just so ridiculous that he's in contact with them in this way. It's almost like, I don't know, it's just so unprofessional to directly talk to him, Tectone, and allow him to, like, apologize and wanting to make something up to him and allowing him to send them files that are completely unrelated to the ban. Like, I'm not saying that he's in the wrong or anything. I'm saying Twitch is unprofessional. They have to just clean things up. Just get rid of all of it. All the staff, all of these fucking systems, and just rework the system to make it simple. ask the streamers. How else are you gonna make it work? It's the streamers are not asking for much.
Maybe not, we'll see. Anyways, remember how Hassan was melting down that people were leaving Twitch or even considering going to Kick, right? Because his monopoly was being affected. Well, Tectone responded.
Dude, Hassan has not grinded for anything in his entire life. This is a guy who was handed everything in his life, as well as his career and his money, because he's a fucking Nepo baby. You don't know how to grow a fucking career. You don't. The only thing that you do is you talk about how to pander to the far left and you weaponize people by glorifying terrorism.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Stop giving out advice. You don't know shit. Okay? First of all, the right way to grow a channel is to use Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Then, once you have garnered your own audience and they're going to go where you tell them to go, if you send them to Kick, they will make more money than they will off Twitch. But a working man would not put all of his eggs in one basket.
He's right.
Obviously,
He's
you
right.
would stream on every platform.
Tectone is completely right there. He's just laying it on the paper, black and white. He is completely right, and I know this from experience. The short form content is a lot better, man. It's so much better, and it's so much easier too.
Obviously, Kick will give you the most sub revenue. Your post is wrong. You don't know what you're doing, and you're upset because you know you can't stream on Kick. And thank you very much.
The Nepo baby part is definitely true. His entire family is millionaires.
Wait, Hassan can't stream on Twitch on Kick? Guys, why is that? Let me know in the comments. I'm not sure why that is, or if it's true even. So let me know.
His uncle from the Young Turks, Cenk, literally gave him his entire career. Ironically, the guy he hates the most in this world, Destiny, helped him out a ton too. And the advice for upcoming content creators and streamers is good. Usually you want to blow up on like a short form platform.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would do if I was starting over, because long form, oh my god, I had to make videos for 2 years straight to even break like 10 views, which is...
That's what I said. Holy shit, dude. Do I understand YouTube now? Man, I just need to stop with the long form content that I'm doing right now. What am I doing? I'm sabotaging myself. Here's the thing though. When you're doing short form content, you can't make the same content. And that's the problem. That's the issue, right? It's more difficult. However, I could also just upload this and then make it also into a short. You know what? I'm gonna do that.
It's just so inefficient, right? Meanwhile, on shorts, you can get your name out there. Obviously, it's a little harder to transition back to long form, but it's so much more efficient, right? And unless you're a complete psychopath and you have 100% belief in yourself, probably don't quit your job to do YouTube or streaming. You kind of just do it on the side.
You can't.
And when you blow up, then you can quit or whatever, right? It's just not worth putting all your eggs in one basket and tanking your career to...
Even if you blow up, I would still keep my job. I would probably just start working like 60% instead, you know?
You end up becoming someone like Frogan. Then he talks about Hassan's 7th orbiting moon, Denims. Apparently she's been talking about him a lot.
I definitely think that Denims has Tectone derangement syndrome. I think she is a very weak-minded individual that cannot get over her sexual thirst for me. And I just feel like she can't keep her name out of my mouth because she wants to be with me. And that's just pretty much it.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. All right.
And it sucks because I'm already happily in a relationship and it'll never work. I understand that the heart wants what the heart wants, but Denims,
But can't you just do both?
Sorry, I will never date you. Plus, I'll be real, I would never date a chick with an OnlyFans ever again because why would I do that when I...
Wait, she has an OnlyFans? Why does she have an OnlyFans? Why does she have an OnlyFans? I don't get it, man. Did she become known from OnlyFans, or did she start streaming and then start OnlyFans? Because only one of those makes sense. Guys, we gotta check this out. Really? Really? No, man. No. right, we good.
You can just pay $4.99 and get the whole thing. You know, so yeah, me personally, nah, I'm good, man. Shoot for somebody your league. Like, go date Sean DeBlack or something. You guys are perfect for each other. All right, great. Anyways, I'm just too good of a guy for you. I'm just out of your league.
I feel like Denims, along with another Hassan Orbiter, would be the perfect couple. They can go on dates where they talk about killing other people. Also,
no, you don't. No, you don't have to. You don't have to be in a relationship with someone that is like-minded. It's bad for you. If you're a very extreme person, then it's bad for you to be with a person that is like-minded and as extreme. Please don't do this.
So the advice about OnlyFans is spot on. OnlyFans is the biggest red flag out there. No respect for your body, no respect for your partner, feeding into the disgusting, degenerate culture society has cultivated.
I don't fully agree. I don't think it's disgusting, really. And I don't agree that people don't care about themselves or don't respect themselves that are on OnlyFans. I don't believe that. But I do believe that there's a trend of that on OnlyFans and in the porn industry. There is a big trend of exactly that.
Making money off the Dan Clancy's of the world. I feel like it shows a massive lack of self-respect on the part of the girl and the guy who chooses to be with said girl. And we all know what happens when you date someone like that. We have witnessed the absolute destruction of a certain YouTuber.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to OnlyFans and relationships, it doesn't really work out most of the time. And the reason is, it's just not natural. It's just not how we are wired. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Some people make it work. It's great. Perfect. Just like these poly relationships, they make it work. Some people make it work, but most people that do it do not make it work. It just doesn't work out. I'm not sure if he lost touch with himself or if he found himself. I don't really care. I just hope he's happy. You know, even though people don't like him anymore, I just hope he is happy. Because if he isn't, he should be changing something, right?
Very soul sucked out of him. So I'd recommend staying away. Definitely good advice there. But now let's take a quick trip to Jellyfish Fields. But anyways, let's move on to Ludwig. He talked about Asmongold moving to Kick, and he somehow did not mention Hassan once. And he kind of did this before too.
Maybe just doesn't want to mention Hassan. Hassan is a fucking... It's just so boring. It's just a waste of time to mention him.
Where he made an entire video about the adpocalypse on Twitch, which people were blaming on Hassan, but he managed to not mention him even once, even though he was the center of the story.
All right, chat. There has been a big shakeup in the Twitch universe. Asmongold moved over to Kick. Asmongold moved over to Kick. A little bit of a stream shakeup. It's kind of a rare occasion. Wait, hold up. Everyone relax. Shake up. It's kind of
good riddance. He hadn't already. Surprise, surprise, don't cover it. No one cares. With the rest of his people. Thank God, finally, great news. Wow. His viewers do not like Asmongold.
kind of a rare occasion. Wait, hold up. Everyone relax. Because you guys didn't let me finish. He is multi-streaming on Kick. You guys are saying good riddance. He still streams on Twitch, to be clear. He just also streams on Kick.
Yeah, so basically his chat hates Asmongold and loves Hassan, which is pretty much what he...
No way. Oh my god. Jesus. What is this division? Why are people like this? What the hell?
thinks too. It's like a reflection of him. And
why? Thank God he's a loser. Who cares? He is gross. Fuck, shit, piss, stay out. The rat alarm clock goes hard on Kick. Alright, it looks like the people that are watching him are either just teenagers or they're extremists. You don't have to you don't have to dislike everyone, you know. You don't have to hate Asmongold. I don't hate this guy. I don't know who he is. I can't hate him. But his chat doesn't look great.
And look at his chat here. Like when Asmongold comes up, he's so grubby. Who cares? He's gross. Thank God he's a loser. The rat alarm clock goes hard on kick. Did he get a bag? Racist man found on racist website. And the worst human you've ever imagined. Grifter goes to Grifter site. Crazy. Yeah, what a wonderful audience here. The Hassan Glazers.
Great.
Building an audience on Kick also protects him if I'm going to be a little more bold here, when Asmon gets banned on Twitch again. I think he'll get banned again. It's not a crazy call. I would say in the next 2 years, there's a chance he gets banned. Not permanently. Maybe a week, maybe whatever. But you know where he'll never get banned? Kick.
Dude, I can't even make...
The way he talks is very important. When you're a big streamer like that, the way you talk can change your entire viewership and your entire viewer base. The way he said it right there, he's making sure not to talk well about Asmongold. He's making sure, you know. And just doing that for a while can make people hate a person. I'm not kidding. That's just how it is. You know, you're in this echo chamber, man. He did call out his viewer that once, like saying good riddance, but he should call out his viewers a bit more. He should.
Covers every single one of his words in like 500 layers of spinelessness. Also, how do you talk about this without...
Well, it's difficult for him because his viewers are against Asmon. He can't talk badly about certain people, and he has to glaze certain people. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's difficult for him because he has maybe accidentally made his viewer base the way it is right now. It's difficult to go back. It's like if you begin on YouTube, for example, me. I love Elden Ring, but that doesn't mean that I want to make Elden Ring content or be bound to Elden Ring. But it's probably the easiest thing for me to do, to make short form content in Elden Ring. However, once I get viewerships and get my name known, what am I going to do? I don't want to be bound to Elden Ring forever. It's going to be super difficult to get out of it. People are going to be unsubbing. They're not going to watch my content. It's hell. He's probably in that spot right now.
Without mentioning Hassan, that's like one of the main reasons he's actually moving, because Twitch is stupid and not a reliable platform, and it's crashing and burning due to supporting Hassan, the terrorist supporter, and his goons. Then he compares Hassan and burning due to supporting Hassan, the terrorist supporter, and his goons.
What the hell is going on in this picture? Hey, at least they're wearing the MAGA hats.
Then he compares Hassan to Asmongold, puts them on the same level.
Never get banned there. So if he's not banned, he can continue to live stream while he is banned and still upload to YouTube and whatnot. So I think that's why. Asmon's the GOAT. The GOAT of what? Live streaming, I don't put him top 5. If we were to go sodas consumed per day, he might get there.
See how he's talking? The way he talks about him, it's never positive. It's more towards the negative. If he's very defensive,
he has a chance. If we're going GOAT of rage baiting, we could get there. We're closer. We're closer to the GOAT. Now that I think about it, you know, Hassan and Asmon are closer than you think. 2 rage baiting champions who love sitting down with a soda.
How is Hassan?
Oh, come on. But like, how is that even a point? Like, it doesn't matter.
Hassan anywhere close to Asmon. Hassan literally
even
supports and platforms terrorists. Like, you can not like his takes or his politics or whatever, but putting them in the same boat is crazy. Also, why was he so offended when someone said Asmon is the GOAT of streaming? He's literally the #1 streamer. It doesn't really matter if you like him or not. He is the most popular.
Yeah.
If you like streaming edgier shit and you're ever worried about being banned on Twitch, you multi-stream to Kick.
Is there anything more edgy than supporting terrorists, bro?
What's the issue with streaming on Kick? The connotation. I think like the people who you are surrounded with. That's really the issue.
You know, if he's gonna be tiptoeing around these things, then he shouldn't be talking about them at all. That's the thing. And I think that's why people are calling him out. Because he's talking about these things, but he's tiptoeing around the issues or around actually saying something that matters. Saying something of value, something that he believes in, his opinion. He's tiptoeing around all of that. And I think that's what makes people a little bit mad. I mean, I felt something. I did.
Child predators on Kick. There's probably more on Twitch, if we're being honest, just because it's a larger base. But I see what I know what you are trying to say. Percentage wise, yeah, maybe. Per capita, yeah, I guess. I think the only reason some streamers don't multi-stream to Kick is because they might have pushback from their audience because the vibe Kick has, because it has a lot of fucking insane people on it, has a lot of filth on it, has a lot of slop on it, and they don't want any pushback from their audience multi-streaming to a sus platform, even if they stand to make more money from it.
Yeah, what about Hassan on Twitch?
Yeah, what about Twitch? Twitch is kind of sus. I mean, I know Kick has been popular for these streamers that are just doing crimes on stream. But to be fair, I heard that they were trying to clean that up. And in order to clean that up, they need big names like Asmongold. So this is a good thing for Kick. And I think this is probably the biggest thing to happen to Kick since XQC, right?
I don't like being surrounded by terror supporters. Honestly, I think the connotation for Twitch is even worse now. After this whole scandal, Twitch cannot pretend to be above Kick in any way. Anyways, Willie Mac Show also made...
That's not true, though. That's not true. I think Twitch is a bit better than Kick when it comes to this. But, you know, it's not far from it.
A video on iDubbbz. Let's just check out some quick highlights.
It's crazy what a little CTE or the love of a woman will do to you.
Whenever you're around Anissa, you look like an abused dog.
I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had like IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not
Oh,
gonna
he's at a
spend.
cafe. Burton, has he always had IBS? Ian's just looking like a shriveled... You look like the grandma from SpongeBob. The chocolate grandma. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what's happened to Ian. He has zero confidence. He doesn't even know
Wasn't that just a skit? I don't know,
how to
man.
speak for
I
himself
don't know.
anymore.
Do you feel like I speak too much for you? Like in this...
I don't think so. You know me better than I think it's a weird.
Seconds right hand, Alex Wasabi.
Well, I shouldn't say it's weird. The reason Anissa does it is because typically, whatever the topic is, she's filling in the blank. Because I don't say it for myself. I think a lot of the times, you know, my head's in a different space.
You're not kind to yourself. You've never been kind to yourself, and you'll never share. Like, if you're in a room with a bunch of people and people are talking about like what they accomplish or what they've done, you'll never ever speak up about that.
Does she change her diapers too?
Oh my god, dude. I didn't actually see that full stream clip, but iDubbbz trying to justify Anissa's abuse is just crazy. Open your eyes, man. It just hurts to see at this point. And Willie put it perfectly. He's like an abused dog now. Somebody needs to save this man. I feel like, does he not have any friends who are checking up on him or something?
Guys, nobody needs to save this man. He is fully capable of doing that himself if he so chooses. He's a grown-ass man. He can do what he wants. He's not a victim until he reaches out. If he never reaches out, it'll never be known. If he reaches out, it'll be known. But until then, there's nothing we can do. And you don't know. Maybe he's completely, perfectly happy. And maybe that was just a skit. I'm unsure, because that was just a short clip.
Or maybe he pushed them all away, or maybe Anissa has been pushing them away, you know, sabotaging his relationships. It's just such a train wreck. Now we got this pretty nice recap of the whole Hassan Orbiter squad.
Jay LeRae, one of the fighters, didn't understand that this wasn't a charity event.
Those of you that don't know, I'm going to be boxing in Creator Clash 3 in Tampa, Florida this June 28th. All proceeds from this event are going to Stand Up to Cancer.
That is just not true. The proceeds are profit for the organizers. Only the Tiltify money goes to charity. What was Ian's response in his newest video? Well, it's just a miscommunication.
Now, I know some people will find it hard to believe that Anissa and I were just going to give our portion of the profit share to charity. There's nothing I could really say to, I think, convince them otherwise.
Took profit knowing that
There's no reason to take profit if you're gonna take that profit and put it into charity. Except lie. That's the only reason why I would say that, is to lie. Otherwise, you would just not take the profit. You would just simply have it go to charity. You would never touch the money.
that the event would fail, but if it somehow succeeded, we would donate that money anyway. You just have to trust us on that. Why not just have that in the contract? iDubbbz
And the reason why it's not in the contract is because if it was in the contract, then they would be doing something illegal. Okay? If they would pocket the money themselves, it would be illegal if it stood in the paper. However, since it says that it's their profit, now all of a sudden pocketing it is not illegal. It's what to be expected.
Noah Samson act like Ethan receiving human skulls in the mail is just a funny meme.
Your opinion on the skulls, and did you send them?
I thought the skulls thing was kind of humorous to hear that.
Just a death threat to a father, a family.
Was it a death threat?
Yes, the threat is motivated on your community slandering Ethan as a racist who loves genocide. The threat so obviously is, you don't know who we are, but we know where you and your family live.
Hello. Is this, Child Protective Services?
This guy is also a serial doxer. He's doxing people on Twitter right now as we speak. Completely lying about her past statements, saying veterans deserved PTSD.
You can misspeak, and that is exactly what happened whenever I said the thing about the U.S. military.
Bro, you didn't misspeak. You were serious.
Base? Base?
Dude, when you put it back to back like that, you realize how many orbiting moons Hassan actually has. And that's not even half of them. I need to make like a whole list for you guys sometime. The amount of idiots that are on his side for a crumb of clout is just pathetic. We got Mr. Empathy. We got Hassan from Wish. We got Psychopathic Doxer. And we got Cheeseball Hassan. Just a bunch of actual cartoon characters. Then we flash back to iDubbbz justifying his girlfriend's OnlyFans.
You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem.
Yeah, Ian wants to see it.
Let me have my hope, all right? I want to believe he's too intelligent for this. Intelligence has nothing to do with it, but I will say this. If you want to retain hope that I'm intelligent, this is the most intelligent thing I've probably ever done, is revealing this side of me.
Intelligence definitely has a lot to do with it.
No, he would probably be better off just not addressing it in that way. But it doesn't really matter. I remember when he published this video, and it was interesting. It was interesting. He didn't have to publish that video. He could have just made a post and said, I'm perfectly happy. Like, thank you for worrying about me, but I'm perfectly happy. That would have sufficed.
With it, a part of intelligence is the ability to discern the qualities of people around you and to anticipate the future based on current events. If only iDubbbz knew the chain of events he would set off when he accepted Anissa starting an OnlyFans and accepted the relentless abuse from her. The absolute butterfly effect of this situation has been astronomical, and pretty much everybody warned him. Then he says that nobody is making commentary videos about Ethan because they're afraid of him.
There's been a lot of people to put out.
To be fair, though, he's still with her, right? And he hasn't admitted himself that these things are abuse. So maybe it's an inside joke. We don't know. It doesn't matter. Maybe he's happy, okay? So I'm not going to speculate on this, okay? I'm not going to speculate. Maybe it'll come out, maybe not. If it comes out, then and only then will we know for certain that he was being manipulated or abused or whatever. But as of right now, we do not know.
Commentary videos about Ethan, and they go bye-bye.
Like who?
Like, they're like, this. I do not want the smoke. I do not want the heat.
Bro, just name somebody.
Which videos are, I mean, do any come to mind specifically about?
I mean, I think the left, or the snark, the H3 snark has like kept track of them. There was like one smaller commentary channel.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get caught in a lie. Dude, nobody is afraid of criticizing Ethan. I'd make a video on him if he did something bad. It just so happens that in this particular situation, he's much more in the right than you guys. In fact, it's definitely worse to criticize you guys because your friends literally dox people, harass people, lie about them, slander them. Ethan is just exposing the truth about you guys. Now click this video or Dan Clancy adds you to his
Hassan is completely fucked.
His gooning folder.
Gooning folder, great. This man is the problem on Twitch, by the way. If what he said is true, if he is taking care of these OnlyFans streamers and personally messaging them and handling their, you know, moderators or bans or unbans, whatever, if he's handling it personally as a CEO, that is the problem. If he goes away, and someone else comes in that is more professional, that's when everything else falls into place. But while he is there, nothing's gonna change unless we force his hand, pretty much. And that's exactly what's happening, slowly but surely. But it was a good video. Something that we haven't heard about yet. Bro, we know that shit ain't getting done. Yeah, I don't know why Tactone is so hopeful all of a sudden. I don't think much is going to happen. Maybe there'll be a ban, but it's not gonna be permanent. It's not gonna be anything. So I don't know. I don't agree with this, by the way. He can easily get out of that relationship if he wants to. It's just, unless he's blackmailing him, but this is just all speculations at that point. That's just theories. So we can't say for shit. Like, we can't say shit. As far as I'm concerned, he is taller than her, he is stronger than her, and he can therefore easily get out of the relationship, physically at least. He can physically get away from her easily. So I don't agree with all of these comments about him being a victim. Even if he comes forward about something like that, that doesn't mean I'm wrong. It just means that people that made a bunch of shit up happen to be right. So yeah, I think this is ridiculous. Ludwig should refrain from talking about any stream-related topics. He really should. You're not picking sides, but you're being passive-aggressive on this side. Like, bro, just shut the fuck up. Alright, anyways, guys. This was a long one. I usually don't talk this much, so my voice is cracking up. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think about this? For me, it's actually a bit too much. But I enjoyed making this video. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe for more. Hit the bell button, because otherwise you're not going to get the notifications. That's just how YouTube works, unfortunately. So make sure to do that, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.